Hello, this is Lance Johns. I want to talk about the rise and fall of Little Rock and 9th Street. I know 9th Street is also called Maryland, I think, Avenue in Little Rock. Um, it's Martin Luther King. I can't think of Martin Luther King Drive. It used to be High Street, but they changed to Martin Luther King Drive in honor of Martin Luther King. But the story comes from Channel 7 in Little Rock, the ABC affiliate. But um, 9th Street was like the black area of town, the African American area of town, until they built Interstate 630. And this is a picture of Interstate 630 when they had the protests on the freeway. Yeah, this is Interstate 630. I remember when they was building this part because I was like 6 years old and I was over my Aunt Maryland house and I started crying. So she called my dad to take me home, and I remember going down 8th Street because 8th and 9th Street used to be one ways, and my Aunt Maryland lived off of Pike in like 18th Street, North Little Rock. We were from 18th Street. I can't think of the street she lived on, but we went from that street to 18th Street to Pike Avenue before they widened Pike Avenue to 3rd Street, which they later changed to Broadway. Yeah, the west part of Broadway, it was 3rd Street or 3rd Avenue or whatever. We went to the Broadway Bridge, downtown Little Rock. He turned on 8th Street. After Chester, 8th Street turned into 630 when they was to construction it, and we went down this way. And that was like 1982, 80. I was in first grade the first year because I flunked first grade. I think it was 1983 because 8th Street from Chester, it turned into 630. And this part was built, this part they was still constructing. And I remember when they opened up this part, I remember this street before they opened up 630, 8th Street went that way, Maryland Street went that way, it turned to 9th Street and went that way. And once they opened up the freeway, they divided 8th and 9th Street, and that was it. But going back to 9th Street history. One of Arkansas' most unique pieces of history is downtown Little Rock. Historians say 9th Street marks a cultural corridor that sets the tone for Arkansas, especially for the black community. 9th Street was a cultural mecca full of vibrant business. Many Arkansans are connected to the corridor in some way. Kenneth Brown is a historic site manager for Mosaic Temple, co-center on 9th Street. Brown told Channel 7 he grew up in a cultural corridor. If you can see 9th Street through my eyes, you will see a beautiful place, Brown said. You had barbershop, you had beauty stores, you had dining rooms, you had clothing stores, grocery stores, all the black churches were there, you name it, it was there. Started early 1900, 9th Street was a place of hustle and business. Historians said, former North Little Rock Black District. There were two 9th Streets. There was your daytime 9th Street and your nighttime, Brown said. During the daytime, 9th Street was a fair order entertainment place. You would see mothers with daughters getting their hair fixed, fathers with their sons going to get their hair cut. A plethora of business blossomed 9th Street due to the city being segregated. All the black dollars, your lords, we had our own movie theater, our own camp coming, all the black churches were in that area, Brown said. Many people have distant memories about the nighttime on 9th Street. You hear a saxophone playing, a woman has sax up. That pretty soon you hear a guitar play, you see people coming to 9th Street. They'll party all along, Brown said. People like Nat King Cole, Big Hot, Sarah do Elton, Count Basie. That people feel like Dreamland and Taboran Hall and 3rd floor in Mosaic Temple Cultural Center to enjoy the international renowned acts in the heart of Little Rock. All the corridor had great sets of time of blunted racial disparities. Hard times brought on great turmoil. In 1927, there was a lynching that was done here in Little Rock. This was the last recorded lynching. There probably was lynching after 1927, Brown said. According to Brown, a black man named Franklin Dixon was at the bell ringer. What was a bell ringer for Bethel Church? I know my granny used to go to Bethel. I'm gonna take off my phone case. So give me 1 second. That's a little better. Yeah. Okay. Back to the Mr. Brown. According to Mr. Brown, a black man named Frank Dixon was a bell ringer for Bethel Church. Dixon had a son named Lonnie Dixon. Lonnie used to be a Caucasian girl in town. After Lonnie and the Caucasian girl broke up, she began to date the Caucasian man. When the man found out he killed a woman and put her in a bell tower with a friend of Dixon's. A large lynch mob formed at the church, but Little Rock Police Department would not let the mob lynch the Dixons. The mob had formed a large angry group that started to take up most of the street. A woman named Miss Stewart was on a horse and carriage, and her children was on the way to another destination. She had to drive into the midst of the angry crowd. The crowd scared the horse, and the horse began to run wild. A black man named John Carter was in the crowd and saw what happened to the horse and carriage. Carter had a history of managing horses. He hopped on the carriage to tame the horse to help Miss Stewart. The mob thought he was attacking the woman and her children. Although Stewart begged and pleaded for the mob to stop attacking Carter, it was no use. They took him. This story is terrible because I read this already. They broke into Bethel, got some pews, built a bonfire, burnt John Carter's body. They took his body and drug it down 9th Street. They hung his body from the utility pole, used his body for a target practice, shot his body between 120 and 150 times. Then they brought his body here tonight. Brown said, at the painful memory, the street became alive again. Toward the end of World War II, giving the district hope. When the soldier was on 9th Street, people felt a lot safer at 9th Street. Started Brown said, people went to enjoy places like Red Pool Hard and the Jam Theater, first black movie theater for the area, the Diplomat and Bobby's Hot Dog Stand, just name a few. The city of Little Rock went through a struggle change. A lot of the patrons on 9th Street were told they had to move because the freeway was coming through Interstate 630. A lot of them did not want to move it and threatened them with eminent domain. Brown said 9th Street really declined and prostitution came, and that will happen. Everything fell by wayside. Quarter by prostitution trans-free for about 5 years. As fast as they started moving out, they was tearing these buildings down. And then it was a 10-year window from 1960 to the last building destroyed in 1978. As buildings and businesses began to disappear, the street twinkled, had dim, now the Mosaic, Temple of America, and Mega and Arkansas flag banner. Once was Tabor Hall. It stands the last reminder. I doubt we will ever go back there again, simply because we don't have to love for each other like we had back then, Brown said. Brown said the hope that one day the street can have the historic markers and respected places allow that the cherished memories to live on. But all I remember, like I said before, I remember 6:30. I remember, this is like 1981. 6:30, it ended at 4:30. It went past Baptist Hospital, University Mall, Sears, the Little Rock Zoo. It went over the train tracks, and then the eastbound lanes. It turned into Maryland and 9th Street, and the westbound lanes. It came from 8th Street and it went to 6:30. And the freeway, I believe the freeway was completed in 1985. They started doing it probably in the late 50s, early 60s. Because I remember my legal legal environment business. My business law teacher. I remember she said 630 went from like Woodrow, where the train track bridge, to around where the zoo was. That how far the freeway was. I did see pictures of 630 when it was 8th Street Freeway. It was 4 lanes, and I guess in the 70s they put the divider there and they made it 6 lanes. And now from University to 430 it's supposed to be 8 lanes. But I remember. Yeah, I remember the freeway ended at the train tracks, and I know 1983 it started at Chester and went west, and I remember they turned they opened up a part from High Street, Martin Luther King Drive to like Broadway and like Center, and then after that they kept doing it. And then like around 85, they cut the rumor and the freeway was done. But because of that freeway, it tore up 9th Street and it took away African American history. And I remember my grade said that it like tore down buildings when they was building the freeway, and it ended up putting the freeway another way or something. I remember she said that they tore down buildings for nothing. But 9th Street will be in memories of people that's still alive. But 9th Street will live on forever. And it's part of Little Rock history. It's part of Little Rock Black American history. But that's all I had to say. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for listening. Hit the bell for notifications. Comment below. Be safe. Be sanitary. Be clean. Cover your mouth when you sneeze and cough. You feel you don't feel safe, say something. Don't gather in large crowds. Wear a mask if you have to. I'm not saying everything I shouldn't be saying, but I'm just trying to just bring up stuff to end the video. But thank you so much, and have a good day. And let me end a picture with this picture. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye.